Hello, Nevinger artists. Welcome to our new school year. And though our format looks a little different this year, we're going to make it through and we're going to come out stronger and better and more creative for it. I think we're all going to learn a lot about internet and technology this year and how to use it, as that's what we have to do, right? So we will persevere and we will show our grit and get through it. So this video is going to serve as our introduction to art this year. Just to give you a little bit more info on our format and how we're going to upload our assignments and all of that kind of stuff. And I will also post it in your Google Classrooms by the end of the week, if not sooner, but probably the end of the week. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to try doing our presentation this way through recording my Zoom just so that I can do multiple things at once. And here we have it. So to begin, I want to share with you guys some virtual agreements for the art room and for us all to follow so that we can have a super duper time in art. Alrighty? So we need to remember that we're all human and we have to show respect and be kind to one another. We're all going through a lot. This is hard for a lot of us, but I think that we are all much stronger than we know. But we do need everyone to be respectful and kind of each other so that we can help one another get through this. For art class, I expect you to be present, on time, and engaged for our art class. And you're going to be present because I'm coming into your Zoom. You don't have to log into anything except your normal classroom, and I will be entering that classroom as I have done today. But when I say be present, I'm speaking about making sure that you are actively engaged. You're not the kid falling asleep in the background. You're not eating and concerned about that. But you're engaged in what we're doing, whether it's hands-on art activity or we're having a discussion about an artist. You can use, if your camera's on, you can nod your head and show me that you're paying attention that way, or give me thumbs up. If you have a question, you can use the chat box, or you can raise your hand or use the raise hand function. If you know the answer to a question somebody else has asked in the chat box, then you can respond to that question. It helps me out. When I'm in the middle of discussing or answering someone else's question or in the middle of a lecture, it can be hard for me to pay attention to the chat box. So I will get to the questions if they don't get answered, but just have a little patience with me. If you ever need help, ask me. Ask me for help. If you don't know how to do something, I will work my hardest to help you figure it out. Whether I show you one-on-one or I make a little video just for you, I will do what I can to help you. So make sure you ask for help. When we are in class, if you can find a quiet place to work, that would be best. And when you're not speaking, to make sure you mute your microphone. That's a really big deal. Mute your microphone. It's hard to teach when there's a lot of other background noises happening, so it's really helpful to me if all the other background is shushed by muting your microphone. And you do that just by clicking the little microphone icon and making sure that it's red with a little cross through it. If it's green, and you can see like a little kind of green line in it, then that means it's turned on and I can hear everything. When I'm talking, or if a classmate is talking to answer a question, please make sure you're listening to them and showing them respect by listening. And lastly, please do not use anybody else's work as your own. We are going to be working through our assignments together on here, and I should therefore see you actively engaged in your work. And you should not be downloading any artwork from the internet and trying to present that as your own, as I have ways to figure out if you did that. So please don't do that. And just make sure that you stay focused on your work when you have that time. I will give you all the time you need in class. There might be a few times when you have to work on it outside, so asynchronously, that is, work on your own. Once art time is finished. If your pace isn't quite as fast as other people, I might say to you, for instance, okay, if you did not finish your self-portrait, then please make sure you finish that before next art class. Okay, so you will know. So those are our virtual agreements to make sure that we are ready for class and all 100% on board. Sound good? The platforms that we're going to use for art class, one of the main ones will be Google Classroom. Everybody has access to that from K to 8, and that's basically going to be used in two different ways. So I'm going to show you mine. It's not quite the same for you, but it's very similar. So I'm going to share my screen again and go to the classrooms. So you can see my classroom is crazy. I have everybody's class listed here, so it's quite full for me. So it can be a little complicated for me to go in and do completely separate due dates for everything. So due dates I'm always going to set to the Friday of that week that ends when we have an assignment that is due. And so as long as you get it uploaded by then, it's fine, and we will be good to go with that. So let me just click on one of these. I'll go into a kindergarten one. So this is our feed. Eventually we're going to have some nice background images for all the different classes, but I'm not in a rush to get that done. We will do an art project for that later though. I think it's going to be fun. But this is our stream. So any important announcements will go up here. For instance, I already have on there our art kit list, which has the supplies. I'll talk about that momentarily. And then I also have a little intro video that I shared with parents that I thought you might benefit from seeing too. So you can always click on that and go. So any announcements will go there. Our 3rd through 8th graders also got an announcement today about a survey for a drama club if they were interested. Classwork is where any assignments I post that are going to be due will populate. So here's the first one. And what you'll notice now is where to turn in your assignment will be through Artsonia. So this is a new feature and makes it a little easier. So you're not taking pictures and posting it to Google Classroom, you are posting it straight to Artsonia. So when you're done with your assignment, you would click that. This down so I can see it better. And I'm not a student, so I can't do it, but it'll automatically log you in. You could also click sign in with Google to do it. Or you could use our school access code, which you'll find in the folder that you're supposed to get. And I'll go over that momentarily when my virtual background is turned off. Okay, now, if you're following it straight from your Google Classroom, it will automatically take you to your account. You won't have to do that. So that's what's really nice. I have to do it because I don't have an account. If you're accessing Artsonia outside of using Google Classroom, it'll look like this once you're in there after you do the access code, and you would click your grade. You would click whatever class you're in, find your name, click that, and then upload your art this way by finding the project. But you don't need to worry about doing it that way now because your Google Classroom will directly bring you to your account. Okay. So Classroom and Artsonia are really the two main things that we're going to be using. I may use SLSO, which the 2nd through 8th graders are using because it has some interactive features at times. But for the most part, the way our art class works, it's really a lot of hands-on. So it'll be me doing demonstrations through like a dot cam. Wow, my arm's disappearing. Through a dot camera. Setup where you'll see my tabletop screen. Those of you who joined last year will be familiar. All right, so now I think we should go over the art kits. First, actually, I'll do the folder. So everybody is getting one of these nice plastic folders. If you haven't picked one, if you didn't make it to distribution day during your class's time, y'all need to get in touch with me so we can get one of these. If I need to like set up in front of the school on a Saturday, I'll do it, but you know, you need this. So what this will act as, not only when we return to school, it'll be somewhere that you can put your lessons in, but and then also like attach them in the back. But the first page has some things that are worth noting about taking care of your supplies, what's in our art supply kit, and then another way of submitting artwork on Artsonia. Yeah, that's basically it. Some etiquette rules there. And the rest of the pages are blank copy paper that we will use as our sketchbook. Okay, so this will be used as a sketchbook. And what's nice about it is you can always add more paper to your sketchbook. You can take old drawings out, put new paper in. So if you happen to use it up, when I put a very similar amount. I didn't count the pages, I just kind of felt it because counting out 500 students' pages, that would destroy me. So I just felt it out. So some people might have a few pages more, a few pages less, no big deal, because you can always punch holes in paper and get more put in there. All right. And if you don't have white copy paper and you have to use notebook paper, it's fine. We're going to use what we have. Okay. No big deal. So that's the folder. Every student will get construction paper. Bing! It's a little tiny pack. I should have enough for every kid. If I run out, I'll just chop down some color paper. And every kid will get a small stack of drawing paper, plain white paper, not to be confused with your sketchbook paper, okay? If it's attached in here, it's sketchbook. If it's loose, it's your drawing paper for the assignment. Some grades, the lower grades are gonna get manila paper, this sort of yellowish, and then upper grades will get white paper, and my middle schoolers get the larger sheets of white paper. If you need pencils, I have pencils for you. And every student also gets the zipper pouch, this pouch right here. Everybody's getting one of these pouches so that when we do return to school, you can keep your art supplies in that. But also so that when you're online with me, I can say, grab your art kit and everybody will have these. It'll be a good visual check for me to see everybody with the same pouch, all right? Now, unfortunately, I could only make 250 of these kits, so I don't have enough for everybody. So if your parents are able to buy you a kit or buy the materials, try to get as many of those materials as you can. If you have them for other classes, you don't need to buy double. You can use the same markers you use for your math class or whatever. Totally fine, okay? So there will be some items on that list that might be repeated. But we are going to go over the list. I'm going to move my camera down just a smidge. Now, not every kit is going to look exactly the same with the material brand, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Pull this out and put it back in. Okay, so here's the zipper pouch. One of the things everybody has is a ruler. If it's still in plastic, you can throw the plastic away. That's fine. Okay, the ruler. Everybody's going to have some kind of a pencil sharpener in there. The kits I made did not come with pencils in them, but I have them passed out during distribution day. So if you get a pencil from me, put it in the pouch. A nice pink eraser in the pouch. Scissors. They might not all look the same. That's okay. Put it in the pouch. A Sharpie. Make sure it's shut. Snap the cap. In the pouch it goes. Color pencils. Might not be Crayola brand, it might be School Smart, no big deal, or whatever brand you got, also no big deal. In the pouch it goes. Crayons, can be Crayola, might be School Smart, in the pouch it goes. Watercolors, might be a different brand, might have 8 colors, might have more than 8, doesn't matter, in the pouch it goes. Some of them might even have glitter or be metallic. I got what I got. It'll get the job done. White glue, in the pouch it goes. Make sure it's shut. Okay, actually, I'm gonna back up to that. Making sure it's shut, making sure it's twisted all the way so that little white tip is sticking out. If it's open, you see a gap. Let's see if I can get that. You see a gap at the bottom there. That's open and it's gonna spill. So twist and shut. Twist and shut. Shut your glue. Twist and shut. Okay. Glue stick. If you can only get one type of glue, get the white glue, not the glue stick. Glue sticks don't always work, in my opinion. Smells like glue. It's a glue stick. Make sure you snap the cap. And you should have 8 markers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I can count. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. So your primary, your secondary, and a black and a brown. Some might be the brand Prang. Some might be Crayola and they might just be in there loose. Okay, either way, they work and they will get the job done. If you want to put a rubber band around them, go ahead. And then, last but not least, oil pastels. Some of them might be the Crayola brand, some might be School Smart brand. Again, doesn't matter. You've got oil pastels. Okay, so all of that fits nicely in your baggie with room for a little bit more. Keep your baggie shut. Now, one of the things I would suggest you do is find that Sharpie and write your name on the baggie, on the pouch, that is. I would even take your other supplies and write your name on the top or somewhere on the other supplies. If it came in a baggie like this, write your name on the baggie. If your markers are loose, write your name on the marker with the Sharpie. You're gonna wanna make sure, especially when we are back in person, that your supplies don't get confused with anybody else's. So use that permanent marker. If you're younger, have an adult help you write your name on all your supplies. See how serious my face looks? Write your name on your supplies, okay? All right, so that is the art kit. Okay, we're pretty much done. One other little note to say is I put in everybody's Google Classroom last week a link to a survey. If you are interested, if you're in grades 3rd through 8th, if you are interested in doing a virtual drama club, then please either you or your parents fill out that survey. I've had about 6 students' parents already fill it out for them. And fill that out because I need to see if I have enough students interested to run a virtual drama club. It's either going to be on Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays. I forget right off the top of my head, but we will be working with our resident artists from EgoPo Theater, Mr. Charlie and Miss Sarah, and we won't end up doing like a big play or anything, but it's more going to be about learning how to do public speaking, how different drama activities. I'm not a drama teacher, so I can't really tell you all, but they're a lot of fun. So it'll be helpful not only to if you're interested in doing more theater, but it'll be helpful when you have to give class reports as you will get more confident in your speaking abilities in front of a large group. And if you do want to do drama next year, then we'll actually put on a play. Taking our virtual club will kind of give you a heads up or a toe in the door, a foot in the door, whatever the saying is, to be a member of that. All right, so we're going to do something else now. I hope this video was helpful, and let's get to it.